right, thank you so much, Israel. Thank you so much. Okay, please, if you're at the comment section in the FYP, please let's tap to support the live stream and support by connecting, by subscribing, by following everyone in the boss as well. That will help the live conversation. All right, let me go to Winter is Coming. Zodi, I see you. 007, I see you. King Enstar, I see you. Banker, I see you. Let me go to Winter is Coming. Winter is Coming. Good morning to you. Are you there, Winter? Let's hear from you, Winter.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. Simeon, my question to you first is, why do you always play these old songs? You never play us the new songs. Why are you always going back to... Anyways, that one
is... Okay, don't worry. I will switch over to the modern song right now. Sorry about that. I used to play the modern.
We want the Asake, the new ones. You always go back to this P-Square and all that.
Anyway. Okay. I will do that now. Noted. Apologies as well.
All right,
thank you.
All right. But about the topic, Simeon, yeah. I think the first video you played talking about the man who invested back in Africa, and to be honest, if a brother is a good brother and he trusted the brother to be able to manage the property for the benefit of his children, to be honest, the thing is we can't always foretell or see what is going to happen in the future, but if somebody trusts his brother that his brother can be able to manage property, and I think sometimes we have to give the benefit of doubt to people. The brother as well could still manage the property and take care of the children. But the man's whole plan to invest back home, I think is still a good one. Unfortunately, what happened, but then that should not dissuade people from investing and trusting people with their property as well, especially when it comes to family. Sometimes I don't try to focus much on the negative stories we hear concerning people investing back home and families taking advantage because of the known presence of those people. I think there are still other stories that have come up where family members have been able to manage the properties of people in the diaspora for them. So it said, does investing back home worth it? Of course, it's worth it, especially for us in the diaspora, Simeon, who, we're just passing through this. We're economic refugees in this. To me, some of us are just economic refugees here, and I don't want to look at investment back home from a strictly economic perspective, because when you look at it, the returns, do you have the returns? Really, are the returns? But it's not an investment. I think you're just trying to transfer capital back home. What is the best form of investment? I think we were talking about mortgage, Simeon, but the lady was saying mortgage is, you can always sell it. But there's one thing about mortgage, Simeon, and it applies to all these things when it comes to credit and debt and all that. They have a mental thing they do to you. They keep you bound. They keep you in chains. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you can say, no, you cannot sell it. Because when you get into that thing, it's like a society. It's like, now you have to do everything to pay for it. Yeah.
You can't sell it if you've not finished paying? Is that what you're saying?
No, you can.
Okay.
You can. But then people say, of course you can sell it. Of course, it's always a convincing way of saying it. But look at the economic around mortgage itself. For me, like I always say, for my personal, diaspora is not my home. So I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to tie myself to a mortgage for whatsoever reason. I'm looking back on Africa. I'm looking back and saying, okay, at the end of the day, I'm showing back. I'm going back. So to me, mortgage is still a way. It keeps you bound. It keeps you in prison. It keeps you in chains mentally. For somebody who wants to have the freedom to opt out and go whenever he wants. So that's just how I feel, Simeon. To me, it's back home. I'm looking back home.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me go to Banker. Banker, good morning to you. Let me hear from you on this topic when it comes to...
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Simon, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Good
morning. Good morning. For me, I feel like what happened to this man is the saddest truth of what is happening to a lot of people. Now, there are signs, sometimes there are signs where family, you do something for them and they show greedy, okay? And because if they don't have what you're trying to build, of course, something is going to happen, okay? And sometimes we're so distracting ourselves or in denial with these things, and we're thinking, I'm doing this, and I will bring my family together, and we're going to make sure that we grow together. But the reality is not going to happen because people, and you can call it, the shaitan, or you can call it whatever, but it's all to do with greed, okay? You work so hard for that money and you took that money to invest in your country, and you ensure to bring your family with you because you had a vision of having and carrying your family with you to the glory. Yes. Yeah. But then your family themselves during that road, they see it and they were like, you know what? You don't deserve it, even though you brought all the hard work, all the money, all everything. I'm here going to enjoy the glory for you. But then taking away the children and the wife who was supposed to be part of that. And that is you and God who's going to meet you the next, okay? And that's what I'm going to leave it to.
So
because
apart from that, so you think the man was wrong for including the brother as the next of kin to the property?
No, okay. So there's another thing here. We have to be very clear. Okay. So in Africa, sometimes we have to understand that we cannot buy land if we are not residents into those countries. Okay. So sometimes to bypass the red tapes. Okay. So we go to our family members because we trust it. This is my brother, my blood. So we expect them to be our kind of like, if you cannot trust your brother, who can you trust in this world? Do you get what I'm saying? So you think this is my blood that will take care for us to ensure to get what we want in life. So that's why they do that, okay? But then it doesn't happen like that. Okay, so even brothers, they still have greed and they still steal or even unalive people because they want what they have. Okay, so that's the reality of it. Does investing back home worth it? To some, yes. This has happened to my own family, like brothers to brother, they steal from each other. They did build for each other, but then they come out of doing with brothers, they went to do with strangers and they build it. But again, if we're talking about what is the best form of investment, home and abroad, let's talk about money, guys, okay? Let's be realistic about money. You are in the Western country. You're going to get the rate here is different from Africa, okay? In Africa, it is going to take you maybe double of the time for you to build that house or to build that business. But in this country, you can work for a year or you can work for as many years or 5 years, for example, and you can have a mansion in Africa. So at the end of the day, the money difference here, that's why it's worth it to go back home, because you don't have to pay the mortgage, for example, because you're buying the land, you're building on the land. It's yours at the end of the day. If you're buying mortgage in Africa and you're thinking about yourself like, I can do this within 5 years, okay, it's fine. You know what I mean? Because you've got the money, you are able to do that. That's great. But investing in Africa, it's your passion. It's something that any one of us who wants to do it, not for everyone. Okay, but if you got the support, amazing. Should family manage your business? It depends on the family. Okay, it depends on the family. Because some family are actually there to support you because they want to be part of that growth, or maybe they already own different businesses and they're established businesses. That's the kind of family that you need on your corner because they know the routes and the places what you need for you to ensure your business is maintained. Yeah. But for the people who are poor, I'm sorry to say this, you can't give a poor man 100, how much is this one? It says about what? 110 million. Hey, baby, it's like you're telling a person, go spree, do something with that money. Come on, it can happen. Let's be realistic here. You know what I mean? For someone who's never seen 110 million. Come on, let's be realistic. So anyway, I'm going to stop here and let other...
Just the last
Go
question.
on.
Are you saying there's no family member that you will give 110 million and he will not invest it wisely for the member of the family that gave him the money?
It depends. If they're poor themselves, I'm sorry, that's waste of that money because they don't know how to use or how to maintain that money. They can be able to build it for you, but would they be able to maintain it? That's the problem. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they've never managed that kind of money. So we need to be realistic here. You know what I mean? So for you, the person, I've met a lot of people from Nigeria and other countries who actually want to go back and they're investing, but they always have to travel back there. But then if you travel and something happens to you, and I do ask them, like, what is the next stage? What will happen to that money that you are building? Who's going to get it? You know what I mean? And then most of the time I see people, they say to me, listen, I've got my own lawyer, even though my brother's doing something for me, but there's a lawyer that will be able to stand in between and ensure that that money stays within my family. You know what I mean? So there's ways to go about it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. If you're in the FYP in the comment section, please let's tap to support the live stream. I'll be with you very soon. I'm just trying to navigate TikTok. And please, Kingstar, can you mute your mic, please? Kingstar, can you mute your mic, please? Kingstar, are you there?
I am muted. Oh. I'm muted.
It's not showing that you are muted. Okay, what will happen? Just drop and send your request again. That will help. Is that okay? Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me go to Zodi. Zodi, good morning to you, Zodi. Let me hear from Zodi. If you're in the FYP in the comment section, please let's tap to support the live stream. Zodi, go ahead, please. Thank you for joining.
Good morning, Simon. Good morning, Simeon. Good morning, everyone on the platform. Simeon, this is your topic. I think it affects a lot of people in the diaspora, especially men. It affects a lot of men. And we keep repeating the same mistake. We don't learn from people. You know, some of these situations, most times we see this situation happening among friends. Some we hear from what people experience, and yet we still continue the kind of the lifestyle within ourselves. We continue the lifestyle, and you know, sometimes as humans that we are, we just think that when we are healthy and we can move around, there is a guarantee that some of us are going to live till 90, 70, 80. That is what, you know, most of us think. But life does not work like that. And I tell people, like yesterday I was having an argument on the platform, and I told people that the concept of love or marriage, people should take love out of it and look at it from a transactional point of view, as if all of us are investing in something and we need to gain something equally. If you look at it from that end, everybody will be able to safeguard themselves, whether being a man or a woman. Yeah. But if you go with the narrative of love, I love, you will be relaxed to think that the other person is doing most of what is expected of him as the man, in the interest of the home. Until when something happens to him, then you will understand that that love was just for you, and the people that are external to that marriage might not be in the same mindset as you thought. See, most of the time, most men abroad might kind of force you to do that because there might be some requirements, a form of guarantee that might say, oh, with your stipend, you might not be able to pull this investment. You need someone to come into the